Hello, sketchbook heroes, sketchbook warriors. We've got a couple cartoons and we got some blocks. We're going to draw some blocks. So, we're already sharing. So that character, we're going to start, go ahead and share. So thank you for coming. And here we go. Let's show you what we're going to draw. So we're going to draw this character, probably this one. And then we're going to draw, let's see, did I go? Yeah. And then we're going to draw portraits, but that'll be the next set. We'll draw this cartoon character. And then we're going to draw, we're going to skip those, this character, this thing. And then we're going to draw some blocks. We're going to do some perspective and this block. We'll draw that block and then we'll do the church. All right, so let's go to our cartoon here. We're going to draw this one here. Let's break them up. So you can see a circle head, and we're going to use that as our guide here. So here's our circle. Definitely there's a circle in here. And when you do cartoons, look at that. It's a perfect circle right in there. Bam. We use that as a unit of measurement. So now we got one circle there. We can copy paste it and get exactly another circle here. You can see that kind of come down right in there. And it's almost like actually, I can see that right there. We'll put it right about there, two exactly same circles. And we'll paste another one. You can see there's the body. Now we can put it right, actually, let's put it right below our other circle. There's one, and then paste it again. And there's there we go, 3 circles. So we can use 3 circles as a guide. And then, let's see up here. Because the biggest challenge with drawing is spacing, getting space. And if you have a unit, you can see the space. All right, and you can use that as a guide. That's why you see artists kind of using their pencils and using like, oh, okay, this is how, here's my 1 unit. And then, okay, it's almost 2 heads or 2 circles long there. You can see that. And then I can go and put this over here. And then I can see that this hand's like right in there. It's smaller than that. I don't know. Let me see where can I put this circle. I don't know. It's smaller, but this is a circle right in here. I would use that as a circle. I would draw that if I'm drawing that circle. There it is, that hand right there. All right, so there it is. Let me paste it, put it in the chat. There's a chat right here. All right. See you next time. I might be a little late. All right, that's fine. Thank you for joining us. It's been a while. Good to see you. All right, let's screenshot this and then let's get to perspective. The blocks. There we go. I know she's from New York City. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, she's out there back in the east. All right, let's do this. There's our last drawing. Upside down. And here we go. Let's draw this character, French cartoon. We're going to start off with our 3 circles. So we're going to start off with 3 circles on top of each other. We'll use our 2B pencil. That gets us going. So we've got 3 circles. 1, 2, 3. And they're not perfectly the same. So we need to kind of see if we can get them more regular. Right there. There's 1, 2, fix them up a little bit. 3, looks like a stop sign, but they're right on top of each other. A signal. There we go, not a stop sign. There's our 3. So this is how big our character is going to be. We need 2 more circles for the hair. It's going to come out this way at about this angle. The hair is going to go out way out there. And the circles should be about the same. I can see the same height, same width. We can actually draw some axis lines, kind of help a little bit. So it's an axis line right down the middle. And then right down the middle there, middle there, middle there. There's our 3 circles. And then 2 circles here, about the same size. So you can take this measurement here. Go out here. Yeah, we're going to run out of space for this hair. He's got long hair. The hair is going to be way out there. Let's take a look. Let's move this over here. There we go. All right, so we got our character. Is that as far as we can go? No, let's bring our camera up a little bit. All right, there we go. All right, so here we go. All right, so there we've got our character kind of laid out. There's a hand in here. The hand, I don't know, it's about that big compared to the head. You can see that's proportions, and then you've got the hand coming out right in here, kind of like right in there at that angle or that curve. There's a little bit of an elbow in there. You can go there and then there. All right, let's start with the head. Let's get a head here. I'm going to zoom in. Let's zoom in so you can see what I'm doing. I've got my 3 circles. They're exactly the same. No, they're really close. Doesn't have to be perfect. All right, so let's see. Let's zoom in a little more. There it is. We've got our circle here. There's another circle that's overlapping here. So I'm going to overlap it right to the middle, a little bit below the middle. And it should be the same as this circle here. It should be kind of coming down here. And I'm sketching it in lightly. I would probably go lighter than this when I'm just starting out, just to get everything kind of going. All right, so I can see, I'll sketch that nose. All right, that's good. All right, so there's two circles there. There's our two circles. All right, good night, Josh. Thanks for joining us. I missed him about 5 minutes ago. And then Pearl calling it a night. All right, here we go. So we got a nose, we got the eyes. So the eyes are going to be between this kind of like this football shape. When you have two circles together, you get this football shape. So the eye that's it's going to be right in here. I'm going to say it's right about there. There's one eye, and then the other eye a little bit smaller. And they're not perfect circles. There's a little bit of like smashing on the sides like that, but they're really close to round. Oops, there we go. Right there. And this one does, well, it's supposed to be underneath, but they're almost smashed together. One's a little bigger, one's a little smaller. This eye right off the center. So if this is the center here, it's a little to the left. The pupil, there it is. Same thing with this one. The pupil's a little to the left. It should they should line up. There's the eyes right in there. Then we got the rounded nose. The rounded nose comes up and around in here. It fits in this shape right in here. Can you hear me? It's funny, huh? Huh? All right, there's the nose. Yeah. Then he's got this lip. All right, so the nose is pretty round. I got that in there. There's that nose right in there. And then the lip kind of comes down, and then it comes up under all this stuff right in here. Now here, this whole lip part, I can see this as I can see the axis line, this axis line when I'm drawing this. Because this is like an oval shape right in there. There's a whole oval shape. But as I'm drawing it, I can see this axis line, which helps get the placement of it. Then right in there, and then the big old smile right in there. He's got a big smile. And then he's got an ear. It's got an ear right in here. It's a circle shape, smaller than the hand. This ear shape fits right in there. And then the top of his head. It's got some eyebrows up in here. I'm making one eyebrow, unibrow, because I can see that as one shape. That helps kind of with the placement. And then we've got this hair that actually comes out here, and it's probably way up there. I can see this also as one shape right here. This is one shape, and then other shapes, right? There's more like little rounded 1, 2, and then 3 down here, and then 1 over here, right there. Boom. Oh, that. So I see this as one shape, and then all these other shapes like on top of it. All right, there we go. Focusing on the big shapes and then the little shapes. So let's get that hair in there. Let's get some wild hair, wild, like this feather hawk. There we go. There we go. That's good. And I think it just attaches itself. And then the head kind of comes around it. Comes around it like that. It's really round. Oh, there it is. Really round. And then the ear goes behind the arm. So I'm gonna a little overlapping right there. And then this is for that arm. And then the ear goes behind that, and that's rounded. You've got this there's that shape, and then a circle shape like that for that circle. Looks like the letter A kind of. And then this ear kind of comes up. And there's that. That's pretty much his head. Let's get the eyebrows. Let's split it up. Right here, there's one eyebrow right in there, and then another eyebrow over here, right about there. There's like a wrinkle, maybe a little bit of a wrinkle. This is the eyebrow, and that's the eyebrow. Oh, surprise look. And then you can clean it up if you want to clean all this stuff up. Well, there's a lot of cleaning up that needs to happen with this, a lot of sketching in this drawing, a lot of guidelines. But there he is. We got his face in there pretty quickly. Now, his body does flow. There's gesture to it. So this is a really interesting part. So we need to get that gesture. We got the proportions, but the gesture, it kind of comes out and then back. It has this kind of flow to it. This flow to it with the feet kind of coming down here, below our third circle, just slightly. And the feet kind of get big. I can see this as a big shape for the feet. The feet are in there. The shirt comes to the middle, a little bit above the middle of our second circle. This hand kind of comes up that way. And then we've got another hand right in here between the two circles. Right in there's our other hand, right? So let's zoom in a little bit and take a look at what we've got going here. So yeah, that's what we've got. That's the hand's going to be there. The feet, this big old triangle are going to be in here. I can kind of see this is, start breaking, see, this is the big shape I see. This is the middle size shape with the shoes. And then this arm coming out. And then this hand right in there. This hand right about there. The hand should fit right about there. That looks pretty good. So let's start with the hand and then just bring it down. Let's start with the hand and we're just going to bring it down. But I can see where the hand's going to fit and how it's going to fit. I see the big shape. And now let's break this down into smaller shapes. There's the palm of the hand. There's two fingers that are together. There's another finger that's over here, and then another finger that's down here. This is the thumb. It's not just any finger. It's the thumb. Then you've got the pinky kind of right there. These two fingers are kind of together. All right. And then the hand kind of flows onto that arm. There's two parts to that arm down there, but I won't worry about it. It looks like a paw, but let's get these fingers on there. Again, if you got to practice drawing hands, practice drawing hands. There's a lot of parts to it, so it's a little complex. There's the pinky. There's the other finger. Yeah. And these fingers kind of come down like that. They are almost like frog fingers. They do have like little padding. They kind of go around. Might be exaggerating it myself a little bit, but you get the idea. And there's the palm. There's the thumb. Thumbs down. Funky hand. It's all right. It's all good. It's about the practice, the process. The more you practice, the more you'll progress. It's not about perfection. There we go. It's hard to talk and draw. Try it sometime. But you get the idea. What's important is the idea. And that shirt is way up here. So there is an angle. I kind of yeah, let's move this up. This actually cuts off right in here. Where's my other eraser? Yeah, the shirt goes in here, and there's an oval shape on the ellipse right in here because it goes inside that ellipse. We were practicing. That's why I got to practice your ellipses. There's one right there. Do a warm up for ellipses. Practice your ellipses. We just jump into drawings here. If you're not practicing your basic shapes and forms, then you're doing yourself a disservice. And you wonder why your drawings are not the way they should be. All right, let's do the shirt. The shirt fits in here. It is moving forward. See that our gesture line there. Shirt goes there. And then there's like an S curve at the bottom. This S curve right there. That shirt. That looks pretty good. Then we've got this other arm. We've got this elbow. I'm going to bring the elbow in. There's the hand. There's a palm and then a finger, the pinky. The palm, pinky, and it comes in like that. And then all right, here we go. All right. All right, so now all we need is the feet, and I think we're done. We're done with this character. All we need is the feet. And clean it up, I'm sure. If you want to clean it up and do all that other work. We're just sketching, so you don't have to clean up. It depends on how much time and effort you want to put into this. So I can see the flow, the shape right in there, and the pants kind of coming in like that. See, I can see this form, this shape. And then the shoes coming down. That 1 foot, another foot right in there. All the scribbling, but it's in there. It's in there. And then there's a bump right in here. This is a coil fold for the clothing. It's called a coil. There it is. So it looks like a coil. And then you have this other little fold that folds up and over the shoe. Yeah, it folds up and over the shoe. And up, and then zipper. Foot forward. This other one as well. And then we've got this other fold like that. Do the shoe. Sneaker sneaking right in there, right under those bell bottoms. Yep. 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 Almost. Almost. No. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right. Yep. So there are some laces right in here. I'm just going to do that and then a little bit of shading. Another little lace. You can barely see them. They're in there, just a couple little lines, and then shading the shoe to make it push back right there. There's probably some shadows and stuff, other stuff there. But that's it. There we go. That's how I would do that. Breaking it down. There he is. Not too shabby. If we wanted to draw them smaller, 3 circles, do the same thing. Because the circles are the unit, right? There we got our 3 circles. You can draw them smaller back here with the hand, his hair, 2 circles out that way. So it doesn't matter. All right. The nose right in there. All right. What's next? What did we say we're gonna draw next? I think the ship guy. Yeah. All right, let's just go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and do the I can't remember what it's called. It's from Doctor Who, the police box.
TARDIS.
The what?
TARDIS. TARDIS. The TARDIS.
Tardin.
TARDIS. TARDIS. It's smaller on the outside but bigger on the inside. That's the shtick.
Yeah. I know. I used to watch it as a kid. It's really the guy with the curly hair was Doctor Who, and then they changed it. Yeah, so it is smaller on the outside and bigger on the inside, so it's really huge. I actually seen somebody create they created a 3D version of it, which was interesting. So I'm going to change the angles. It is just a box. It is a box. So I'm going to change these angles. This is actually a tattoo. Somebody tattooed this. So
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
yeah. Did you upload this, Demi? Is this?
Yeah, I submitted it. I was going to submit a picture from one of those bright gel pictures that they have of a TARDIS, but then I saw that one. I thought that might be easier.
Oh, well, it's got some curves on it. So this is the point that's kind of closest to us. This point right here. So from here, this is just a box. That's all it is a box. So I've got it kind of coming down slightly, and then I've got this kind of coming down, almost straight up and down. Here, this can be straight up and down there. And then we've got this other side. And it looks, as far as ratios, it looks like it's probably 2 squares. I'll call it about 2 squares, but it does taper. It does taper. So what's happening is there's a little bit of a vanishing point down at the bottom. So that's what's happening. It kind of gets smaller because we're actually looking down on it. Interesting perspective there. And then this is kind of going up. So this is coming down. This is kind of go up slightly at that angle. So it's going back at that angle, really slight. So if we were to imagine this continuing, it would kind of go out that way. And that's it. That's what's happening. So that's the front side of the TARDIS. There it is. And then we've got the back. The back goes, actually, we'll probably even see the vanishing point. The vanishing point would probably be right at that edge right in there. Because this is coming back like right in there. And all we need is this part. This part right there. So this is going to a vanishing point way to the left. And then this vanishing point is going to be right about in there. But we just need this. This also needs to taper. This line needs to taper as well. This line needs to taper. So it's going wider and it gets smaller. We're really looking at it at really an odd angle because we're looking at it here and not seeing the top. We're like actually looking at it right about in here. So it actually should get, oh, that's really interesting. We're looking at it here because we don't see the top, but our point of view is right about in there. It gets smaller as it gets lower. All right, let's just go ahead and continue this. So we've got our box. That's the main form. That's the main form. And then we're going to put everything else around this thing. All right, so let's see. We've got 2 little layers, like cake layers up on top of this. So let's get those layers there. Basically, it should be kind of, see this angle here? It should be going up at that same angle. And then this angle here should kind of be that same angle there. We're doing that second layer. And then from here, it comes back. And it should be going to this vanishing point right here. So it does get, it should taper as it comes back here. But there we go. It comes up like stairs. There should be like stairs. There's that one layer. So here's one layer. And then there's shading to it too. And we'll get into the shading. There's one layer. And then we'll do another layer right in here. Like stairs. Let's bring it in a little bit. It should be the same angle. These 3 here, these 3 should be going in that same direction. There we go, like that. And then we've got the top part kind of coming across. And it's the height and the width. Notice the ratio. So the ratio of that, if your ratio is off, it's going to be a little bit interesting. Here we're going to bring it in just slightly. There we go. Then bring it back as it comes down. And then cut it off like stairs. As it goes back, it should be getting smaller as it goes back because it's going back down to this vanishing point. It should be coming down. I'm going to put a little bit of shade on it on this side. A little bit of shade. There we go. And over here, there's some shade too. It's interesting. Right in there. I'm just putting some hatching as it goes that way. And it's got something on top. I'm not sure what that is. I don't know what that is. Let me see. Maybe we can find another picture of it. TARDIS. There it is. Oh yeah, it's got some kind of lamp. But to the whoever the tattoo guy was. Oh, okay. I see. They probably even use this one. It's got some kind of, yeah, I would probably change that. So there's like a cylinder up here. Oh, I'm gonna have to jump over here to mute. Allergies? No, I just did my sneeze button. No, no allergies.
Jacqueline's background has like a better view. If you look at Jacqueline, she has it on her background, the top. It's
Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, I see it. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna just go ahead. I've got two parallel lines. These lines are going up at that angle, right in here. And this is a cylinder. So I'm gonna just do the top, kind of rounded top like that. And then our eye level is probably right about in here. This is where our eye level is. We're looking down. Actually, it should be here because our vanishing point's right here. So this is actually our eye levels right in here. That's interesting. All right. So I've got our cylinder there. We've got a thick line right in there. And then the top, I'm going to thicken it up as well because it's got a cap on it. It looks like a cap. And then maybe another little bump. So I'm going to put a little bit of a bump on top of that. And then I'm going to use two lines across. 1, 2. And then we've got another line, not as thick, up and down right in there, going across that top. And it's probably not as wide. I'm going to thin it up a little bit, see if I can thin it up just slightly. There, that's better. There's the top. Oh, let me zoom in. Wow. Can't see that as well as that what I did. It's just a cylinder. There it is. TARDIS. Thank you for putting it in there. TARDIS. All right. That's pretty good. All right. So the important part are these windows. It looks like there's okay, so it looks like there's a sign right in here which says the police box. So I'm gonna just make a space for that, make it a little bit wider, and then that comes down here as well. Now you want to aim for this vanishing point. Let's zoom out a little bit because this line here needs to aim for that vanishing point. Zoom out. Pressing the wrong buttons. This one here. This one we need to know where our vanishing point is. So this line needs to go there. We can actually use our ruler here. And I'm kind of freehanding it, but they should kind of be going to that vanishing point. That vanishing point right there. Does it go in and out? No. Oh, I don't. It actually does look like it sticks out slightly. There's a little bit of a thickness, and then this comes in a little bit thicker, same angle, but it just comes in. And there it is. And so I would probably do that same here, but I don't see it there. It's a little bit thicker. Bring it out just slightly. And then just slightly there. Yeah. All right, cool. Now, this whole side has more sides to it, right? And we really can't get to a vanishing point way over here because it's way off our paper. So I can see this is our center there, and I can see that if we break that into halves again and half again, that should kind of give us because it's almost straight across, should be kind of slightly up, slight angle. This is going to be straight across because that's where our eye level is. And this should be kind of coming down slightly. This coming down slightly. Now this angle is there, but our window should be lower because there's two main windows and then there's like 3 little slats below it. So we need to get those two windows up here. Let me bring that down slightly. There we go, right in there. Because I think the windows, let's break this in half. The windows have to be a certain proportion. I might have to make this longer just to get the proportions right. I don't know. There you go. I think I might even have to bring this up a little bit on this corner. Bringing that up just slightly. There we go. I don't know, these little adjustments. All right, here we go. This is what's important right here. I'm gonna so it's a little bit off center because this side's bigger, and as it goes back in space, it gets a little bit smaller. So it should be a little bit to the left of the middle. And then this should kind of be coming straight down, a little bit left of the middle. And just slightly left of the middle. If you put it right in the middle, it's not a big deal. Put it right in the middle, that's fine. You can get a little bit to the left, that would be a little more accurate because things that are closer are bigger and they get smaller as they get further away. Again, this is the side that's closest to us. And you can see here, definitely as it goes back, it gets smaller. So we need to do that same thing. This is where our windows are going to be. We're going to have 3 more spots. So this will be, this has to kind of come up at a slight angle, really slight, right in there. So we've got our 3 spots below. Bring that a little lower. So we got our 2 windows, they're going to go up here, and then we got our 3 slats that are going to go below it. I'm going to have to bring this up just because of size. They need to be, these 3 need to be the same size, and we do have like a base to it, and I can bring this up. I can make this adjustment by bringing that base up, this base where that TARDIS is. There's like a base to it. The front is what's really important. This side will just follow what the front is. And that's pretty much it. So let's see, we're going to pretend there's a vanishing point way out there to the left. These lines are almost pretty straight. This should be kind of going up. Here's our center. And there we go. That's the front. All right, and then we got 2 sides. Let's see how some sides I kind of come in here. Close to parallel to that. Again, they should taper a little bit. They should be wider up here slightly. And then here, this one should be wider than this one as well because it's a little closer, just slightly wider. There we go, because that's closer. That's it right there. Now we broke it all up. If you have them equal, that's okay. Nobody's going to notice. All right, so we've got our 2 windows in the middle. So let's put a thickness. And here you can actually even adjust if you need to make an adjustment. Like here, as I put this centerpiece down, I can move it more to the left, which I probably should. Move it a little more to the left. So this is wider here than this is. It should be just slightly. If it's the same, that's perfect. If not, it's okay. All right, so I like that right there. And then this center line up here should actually erase. That should not go all the way up there because that's where the sign is. That's where the sign is. Wow, I thought this was going to be easier. But yeah, it's quite a complex, but the structure is really easy. It's just a box, but it's getting all the angles right and getting it all to fit. And then we've got, these are the windows here, these window shapes, getting these window shapes right in there and the right size. That's the challenge right in there. All right, so there's a center line. Let's get that center line. That's probably the easiest because it's right in the middle and it should be at that angle. See, it should be coming down slightly. Should be between these two, between those two. That's the easiest. And then thirds. It's always hard to break things down into thirds. It's a little harder. So breaking it down into thirds, that's 3 parts. There's 1, 2, and 3, or it's just 2 parts. There we go. I'll try to get that into thirds. Same thing over here now, breaking this down to smaller parts, thirds. There's our windows. And they say I don't do windows. That's here we go. TARDIS. And there's other things happening here with the TARDIS, but I will just keep it simple. What we can do is shade. I'll be doing some shading. Let's do the police box. There's letters and then there's a design. I don't know. Up in here where it says police box. Now these letters and everything is always a tough thing to do, especially since it's reversed. So I'm just gonna fake it. So I'm gonna fake it. So I'm gonna see the top of my letters are gonna be here. This is the top. That goes in a line. Here's the bottom. Right in there. So it should fit in this space. I can make it a thick line. And then I can say, okay, in this area here, it's going to say police from here to here. See, I'm breaking it down by word. And over here, it says there's a design right in the middle. I don't know what that is. Design of something. We'll scribble it in. This is just a sketch. There's a design there. And then it says box on this side. box, BOX from here to about there. And then I can let's see, shade all this in. Dark. Yeah, this is really dark right in there. This in here between that, that, and then here we go with police. Should we? All right, so let's get the police in there. Try to get it the POLICE right in there. And it's just a sketch, so I can kind of the letters are light, so I'm kind of just going around making it dark around the letters I just kind of just drew in. I'm just kind of going around in there trying to make it fit. And yes, I've done block letters. So, you know, if you have practice with block letters, this will be easier. If you don't, practice your block letters. They're just shapes. There it says police. Then here there's some kind of design. I don't know. There's like two little circles. And I don't know. I can't really see. And scribbles. See, I just scribbled it in sketch. And should probably be, I don't know, darkness. There should be more black space in there. That's all right. I'm going to shade that. Just shading it slightly because it's a dark blue. And then this says box, BOX. It's 3 spaces. There's my 3 spaces. Make a B. 2 little dots. O in the middle. And then an X. All right, that's it. Police box. That looks pretty good. And if I shade this, because those windows are light, there's light, I think, in those windows. There's also light right here where there's this, I think, a sign or something. Probably explains what the TARDIS is. I'm just echoing this top angle, the side angles, trying to get it to fit in there. There's a sign right in there. And then I'm going to shade everything. I'm going to shade everything. I'm going to shade even the sign that's right in there. Just slightly. Just so that these windows up here can really, I'm going to even shade the top slightly. So these windows can pop. Yeah, see these windows? Shading everything really, just really quickly. There you can see that. Just a quick hash. And that's a lot of practice there to get that going like that. If it takes you longer, just, you know, practice. You need to go in there again. There we go. There's that front. And then I can go darker. Let's see, there's a this thickness to it. And then this is darker. I can go darker. I should get darker a little bit here and there. And these yeah, see, it's like the numbers backwards 7 here. It's darker. There's this thickness to that part. And that sign, well, I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell what it is. This is where where shading and value comes in handy. Practicing your shading. There we go. Let's get this TARDIS here. And then we'll call it we'll stop this set right here. That's crazy. All right, and let's see. Looks like there's some kind of lines here. I guess where it opens up. I don't know if there's, just gonna throw some lines in here. Break that in half. More shading here. And then here's another little break or little window. They're not windows, these are like panels. panels there. A little hard to see. Can't wait to go back to the to the tattoo, see how it compares. So I'm looking at a different picture now. All right, so it does come out to a little bit of a ledge. So we've got this bottom window, a little panel. This panel should be probably smaller. I can bring that up. That panel should be bigger on the top. And they should get smaller as they get lower. But it's just a sketch. Saying, okay, all next time. I'll get that next time. Not a big deal. Close enough. Good enough for government work, they say. All right, there we go. All right, here we go. So we've got a ledge. This little ledge here, this little ledge kind of sticks out. It does stick out. There's a little, like a little angle to it, and then it comes down. It should, this angle should be here. Let me zoom in on that because it's a little, there's a lot going on here in this little section here. So this angle here is the same as this angle. And then from that top, it should be coming back to that. Actually, this should be going to that vanishing point. This little line here should be going to this vanishing point to the right. And then this comes down, and this is going to the vanishing point on the left, which we don't see. This should kind of be going up to this vanishing point. This is the bottom of the box right in there. This is the bottom of the box. And then there's this ledge. The ledge comes out a little bit, should be going back to that vanishing point as well. And then there's that, these three lines, 1, 2, 3, should be kind of coming down to a vanishing point that's below us.
Could you move the picture up a bit? Yeah, up a bit. We can see the ledge. Yeah, better. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so what's happening is this ledge here, let me do the bottom of it. This bottom line goes to that vanishing point over there. And then this line here goes to this slightly up angle to that vanishing point that would be on the left. All right, and then I would probably shade all this in. And leave the top a little lighter because the light usually hits, the light comes from the top. It's really rare what light comes from the bottom up. So this side would be darker. And then this side's even darker. So let's get that going. All right. So this is the same thing, but this on this side is going back into space. So here, this should be coming down. Just be aware where that vanishing point is. This comes this way, and then this comes down. Then here, this comes across. Right in here, this should be kind of going up a little bit. And then here, this should be kind of going up about that much here to that vanishing point. So we've got these 4 lines now. All I did was come across, then up, come across, and then to the vanishing point. Here it's going down. Right, so we've got these 1, 2, 3 lines right in there. There we go. That's the center. This is going to be the center of our TARDIS on this side. And it's all really dark. So I really need is just these 2 windows on this side. I'm going to try to find the center. Again, this is going to be thicker there. And it's going to be darker here. It's going to be really darker. And then see, this is the bottom going to the vanishing point. The sides going up and down. Oh, bring it over. Let's bring this over. Make that smaller. Because this window needs to be smaller than this one. And then here it says police as well, but I'm going to just shade it all in dark. I'm going to go really dark with my shading on this side and even up here a little bit. Yeah. Darken it up a little bit. There we go. All this is that whole edge. Yeah, this side's going back in space and it's darker there. All right, let's put these windows. Okay, so this comes across this way here, and then it comes back down here to the vanishing point as well. It should be coming down like that. And then you've got the two lines right in there. It's going to be a little tight, so man, just do the best you can. Just throw them in there. That's it, right there. That's it. Then all this, I'm just going to shade it. I'm going to shade it. It's all dark. You can't see it. You can't see this. Sometimes things disappear in the dark. You can actually just forget about some stuff sometimes. So you want to suggest it? We'll probably suggest it a little bit, but all this is dark in here. You'll see once all this is shaded dark, it's gonna look fine. It's got this whole block, and we're getting some reflection. Let me move I've got a light right here. There we go. Let's move this light a little bit. So we're getting some reflection from the shiny pencil. All right, so I've got it all shaded here. And then I'm going to shade this little section right in here. All the way back. And then this should, from this point, should go to the left. So it's kind of like a little step that goes around it. And if you want to just slightly suggest some of these things up in here, I kind of I lost them. I spent some time trying to get all the right angles in here, but I kind of like shaded over them. But they're in here. You can see I kind of just put them back in. I'm pressing a little bit darker. Just getting the feel of it in there. Yeah. And then scribbling it around so it gets lost. There we go. That's good. That's it. Let's see what else we got. Let's see what it looks like compared to the
Could you put it closer to the camera?
yeah. There it is. Oh, that's
Oh wait, maybe not.
oh, you know what I can do? Let me see. I can move my camera closer. There it is. That's probably the best I can do. All right. Oh, and looks like there's like a dot or something on the tattoo. Let's see what that. Yeah, they totally, whoever did this tattoo totally flattened out the top part because it is.
Yeah, I didn't like that part because it should look like a beacon. You know,
Yeah.
that's supposed to light up like a police thing, you know.
Right. So whoever got this tattoo should get their money back. No, I don't know. Yeah, that's more of a cylinder. See that, or the artist needs to take my class. No, study basic forms. That's a basic form.
Especially now when they do tattoos, now they just take it from a computer and they put it in a machine and it prints out into a piece of thing that
Yeah,
they draw on, you know, they do the tattoo on top of that. It's like almost like rice paper.
right.
So
I've seen them do.
there's no excuse now not to do it right because
Yeah,
they're
well,
just using technology.
yeah, but if they don't know form, if they don't know, they can still mess it up. They can still mess it up. All right, that's it. Let's see. What's next? We got the potato heads. So we got that done. Oh, the church. We got this church right here. Somebody's wanting to do perspective with this church. And this is also 3-point perspective. 3-point perspective here with this church. All right, so we're going to draw this church, 3-point perspective. All right, actually, why don't I go to the, let's go to the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. Share my screen here. Share. All right, I'm going to annotate this real quick. Where's my, there it is. Let's see. So this has perspective to it. Now it's finding the vanishing points. Let's see these lines. Hopefully we have a color. We got a vanishing point up. Ha, it's purple. It's good. It's up on top. It's going this way. And then we've got another vanishing point going up right in. Well, it's one vanishing point, but one line. That's good. Going up that way. Then we got these lines coming back this way. Now our vanishing points are off. There's 3 vanishing points. There's one up above. This would follow that and go up above. And then we have one to the left and then one to the right. And I can follow this that way. And then follow this one that way and find that vanishing point right in here. This is where the vanishing point is. All these lines right in here will go to that point. You can see that that's there. This one here goes to that point. And it's really precise. It's pretty wild in that they only discovered this 500 years ago. Seems like a long time, but it's only 500 years old. Before that, the Egyptians, nobody knew about perspective. So we have another vanishing point way over here. You can see that line that way, and this one too. This one going down that way. There we go. That's going down this way. And then here, even if these corners here, see that corner and that corner, I don't want to put too many lines, but you can see these two corners, they go to this vanishing point. Even this one here, this corner here, down to this vanishing point. Down, see, it goes to this vanishing point. So this top line is coming down to this vanishing point. Now, what makes this kind of a challenge is getting the ratios right, getting this ratio. So learning to see the ratio. Let me put a square in there so you can see what I'm talking about. I can put a square in here, and this will help. If I put a perfect square, you can see that's a perfect square, like right in there. Okay, so that space in there is what we need. That's how much that ratio. Because sometimes it get too thin or too, you'll see. And then here you can see this is right in the middle of that. That's actually a good point. I wish I could change the color. Let me see if I can change it mid. No, I can't. I'd have to delete it and then try it again with a different color. Let's see. Oh, it's not letting me change colors. That's weird. Maybe I have to go somewhere else. I click on that, and oh, there it goes. Let's choose not blue. Let's go with this black. I guess we'll go with black. All right, let's do that square again. Here we go. There it is. Yeah, there's like a square in there. I can see that one right there. There we go. Let's move it over. Bring it down. All right. Yeah, you can see that space right in there. That space. Okay, let's I'm gonna post two of these to the chat. Let's do this one and the one without lines. All right, so let's where's my chat at? Chat. Here we go. All right. Thanks for the class. Had fun. It's late for me though. Good night. All right, good night. Yes, we're here. Probably gonna go for a little bit more. I think here we go. There's this one. Capture that one. There we go. Capture the flag. That's it. And then let me clear this. Oh, where's my drawing stuff? Oh, come on. Annotate. There it is. Clear all drawings. That's it. There we go. I'm going to send it out again. One more time. Screenshot. There we go. Bam. All right, let's do this. All right, here we go. Stop sharing. Okay, so I do have that square. That square is what's going to help me just get it going, right? So that square that we need. So we're going to need that square and then just go off of that. So a square has the same height, same width, and this will kind of like I just need a little bit above it, a little bit below it, and this is kind of like our kind of unit we're using to kind of get this thing started. So there's our square. All right, so the middle of the square is where that that part of the that church is. Here, this it's not a steeple, but it's that part. Okay, so we have a vanishing point way on this left side. This line here is we have a block here. This block here. So I've already got an angle, and I'm just copying this angle by looking at the picture. I'm looking at the picture and I'm looking at how it goes below our square and getting that angle there and getting this shape here. If I need to thin it out or if I need to make any adjustments, I can do that. But this angle's kind of coming down to our vanishing point. And then we've got this other one. This one comes down. I probably will get a vanishing point. This comes down. Our vanishing point is going to be below our square a little bit. So I can see my square. See, I can see things in relation. So there's my square. My vanishing point is going to be below this this square. So it's going to be down here. So this line's going to definitely, our vanishing point is going to be off our paper. And then you've got this coming down there. So our vanishing point is going to be somewhere right about there. Let's put a piece of clay on there. So our vanishing point is right about there, that piece of clay. That's our vanishing point. That's where the vanishing point kind of more or less is. Now, there we go. And then we've got one over here on this other side, which who knows where it's at. It's way over there. But this line here does cut across this square. And it's kind of coming there at that angle. Bam, at that angle. See, these lines are almost parallel, but they do taper as they come up. And then this line, I can't see where that other one is. All right. Then we've got one more vanishing point, which I didn't really do. It's the one that's, it looks like it's above. Yeah, it's above. Yeah, it is above. There's all these lines here that I didn't get. Who picked this? Picked this picture. Let me see. Oh my gosh. It's quite a challenge. Dammy put this one up.
Yeah, I did. It's a church that they have some art classes sometimes, and
Really?
I take them on Zoom. They have like an art icon tour, and I really love the color of the church. I really do. And I
Yeah.
said, "Oh, I would like to draw it," but I'm like, "Oh, this is too difficult."
It is quite a challenge. It is quite a challenge. So I'm breaking it down into the blocks. So there's basically two blocks. All right, we've got the block of the big part of the church right in here, and then this. So this is coming out. There is a vanishing point up on top, but if these are pretty much straight, that gets really close, but it does get bigger as it gets lower. But it's really close to vertical. So there's this is our block. These are the two sides of our block right there. That's the big block. And then we've got this other part of the church. We do have this vanishing point over here, right? So let's get that in there. All right, so we're going to go up here where our square is from right here, and this goes down to our vanishing point. It's these really steep lines. It's pretty steep. It's coming down there. This line here, right about there. And then this line coming down there. So the second block, so we've got this first block here. Now what also makes it difficult is on top of the block is an angled roof. So you've got this angled roof that goes in here. It goes a little bit off this center here. So a little bit to the left, right in here. And it comes down to this line here that we have in here. Well, yeah, we'll just do that. It actually should be way up higher. But yeah, that's it. These angles are really wild. And then this one it goes up. It goes up. It goes up there. All right. So these two angles are going to be tough. Now, what needs to happen is the bottom point here and the bottom point here needs to actually line up to this vanishing point down here. This angle here, that angle there. Yeah. Let me see, probably go a little bit longer. Yeah, these are really steep angles. Okay, because of the vanishing point in the picture. All right, let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of angles to it. And then you've got this coming back down right in there. Right. That looks good. That looks good. And then in here it comes in a bit. I'm just gonna go straight up and down almost. Yeah, this is gonna go straight up and down. I'm gonna keep this, try to simplify it because there's a lot going on. There's another vanishing point up on top. but I don't want to confuse people. So I'm going to try to keep these lines just straight up and down. They do taper slightly as they go up, but I'll keep them straight up and down. So this is the face of the church, and then this is the face of this big, I don't know what, the tower, and then this part of the tower is facing us. So that's more or less the form of it. There is another another structure that's attached to this church here, but it has an angled roof to it. This angled roof doesn't go to any vanishing point. It just has a slight angle to it right in there. It's kind of like that. And I'm looking at the space in here. Can probably bring it over a little bit. Then erase. Bam. All right. All right, here we go. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. And then there's shrubbery. The shrubbery actually helps hide the bottom, makes it a little more easier or more confusing. I'm not sure. There's this big old shrub here and another big shrub kind of like right in here. Right in here. And I see this as one big shape, another big shape. And I can break this into smaller shapes, but those are the big shapes. And then actually the picture kind of ends right in here. The picture ends right in there. And this picture also ends, I would probably say right in there. If I'm doing, if I'm framing it, this is the part of the picture that I see. Bam. All right, let's see. Ooh, take a little break real quick. Okay. All right. Here we go. So and we know where our vanishing points are. We kind of got the big shapes in, the big shapes. Now everything else needs to kind of be inside that. So the hard part is getting these thicknesses. All right, so I'm going to start with the roof on this left side. This line here, there's a thickness to this roof here, and it's just going parallel with this here this way. This is the roof right in there at those angles. And it does come up. These 2 points, this point and this point, are the ones that are kind of like lining up with that vanishing point down there. Then it comes in. This line here should be going to the vanishing point on the left, which is, I see that angle there. So I should probably make it a little steeper. So the vanishing point looks like it's down here. This one's coming back. This is coming back here as well. So this is the roof. There's 2 lines here coming down, and then these 2 lines going up and then down because it's a tapered roof. And then we've got this part that kind of holds the roof up. There's 2 kind of columns. The top of the column should be coming down at that angle. So I've got that there. And then I just bring that down because we're just going straight up and down. That's the front here, even though I have it shaded. Shouldn't be shaded. And the same thing here. The top is what this little line right here is what's important. That's coming down to that vanishing point down over here. The sides can just be going straight up and down. We're just going to keep them straight up and down to keep it simple because there's 3-point perspective here. Keeping it simple is what we're going to try to do here. So there it is. That's it. There's that column. And then the top of this column right here on this left side, you can see it come down this way. And this is the roof now. This is the wall. That's the wall. I'm going to shade it just so you can see the difference right in here. I'm just going to quickly just put a little shade back and forth right in there. That's the bottom of the roof. That goes all the way up in here, up in there. You can see that coming back down like that. Yeah, this is a tough one. There's a lot of lines. And then the angles really make it tough. All right, so we've got the walls. This wall that's going back, and then this wall, and this wall goes back as well. at that angle. We'll try to get that angle a little bit. It should be a little bit straighter, but it's almost like this angle here. This angle just slightly. We just need a little bit of it because this is a wall that kind of sticks out right in there and then comes down right in there. Now, in here it actually goes up as well. It doesn't go straight. So here I can actually bring it up. Bring it up. Echo the top, this top angle up here, this top angle. I'm echoing it and then I'm bringing it down to that point. There we go. That's it. Probably should erase, but it's okay. Actually, it gets darker here. It usually is darker on the top there, but it's darker right in there for some reason. And I think the bottom of this is colored a different color. Yeah, it is. Yeah, because this side's actually darker. This side's even darker. This side's darker. If you're looking at the values, this whole side is darker. The bottom is lighter. And they did that to make it look like it's floating or glowing. That's what they did. Because we're used to seeing darkness underneath. But the way they painted, whoever designed or whoever chose these colors, chose them for a reason to make it look like it's glowing underneath. So the bottom is a lighter blue. That's interesting.
Yeah, they are a non-traditional church. So that's why they painted it purple.
Wow.
So it would be this purple church on the hill that's not really quite a church.
All right. So here we go. So we have our vanishing point to the right. Our whole sign, this is our front already. This is our front that we need. There's a sign that's right in here. And then there's a sign above it, herchurch.org. Right there. That one. Shout out. There's a sign. And then all these lines need to go down to that vanishing point. So there's a line here, goes down to this vanishing point, our piece of clay. Goes down, this goes down. And then
Yeah, I was trying to find something that didn't have that banner, but that's all I found. Something that the picture that they had that had that banner.
That's fine. And then here we've got another block. We've got this block. So this I'm going to just go straight up and down. The top looks like it's coming down slightly. So this here looks like it's coming down. This is a different angle. This is a roof. And then you have got bricks in here. But this is coming down for a different reason. You can probably make it almost straight. And then this side does need to go to this vanishing point that's over here. So this vanishing point is like right over there. It probably should be a little bit higher so it can have a little more steep to it. But I'm sure this is a fence that covers up some trash cans or something. But yeah, I'm just gonna put some lines in here. So this side is darker. And then here the fence continues on that side. So I'm gonna do that and just shade it darker. Then we got our shrubbery that's in front of it as well. And the shrubbery is darker. So I can actually, shade that or sketch it, scribble a tree in, scribble some shrubs in. There's also some shrubbery over here on this side. Just scribble it in. There we go. Scribbling that shrubbery in there. Fun scribbles. And there's it looks like what is this? Lavender. It looks like there's lavender on here.
Yeah, it's lavender. That's what I saw.
Yeah. So I'm just scribbling the lavender. This lavender is in here, just getting the feel. Just
has so many angles.
Oh yeah. Yeah. There's well, vanishing points. There's 1, 2, 3. There's 3 vanishing points, but we're only using 2. Yeah, there's more than, but we're only using 2 as the main ones. And then here I'm gonna scribble more shrubbery. There we go. And then I would need to clean all this up on this side, all these lines here, all these guidelines, because this is sky in here. This is open sky. So there we go. That's open sky. This is open sky. And there it is, coming along. It's coming along. There is, this side is gonna be, there's like, there's some space, but I'm just gonna make it a solid shape. Oh, this is a solid shape in here, and I'm shading it so it really stands out. Because this is this whole side. And I think I have it tapering as it comes down. But if yours is going straight up and down, that's fine. I have it tapering. Actually, it should taper out. There we go. And then we've got, oh, another box right in here. What's I'm going to have to squeeze in. It's another little box. So we got that going straight up and down. And then this coming down at an angle. See that angle there? And then this coming down at that angle. And yeah, we missed a bunch of stuff in here, but that's okay. Nobody's going to know. We're just going to squeeze it in. Yeah, we did having a little trouble with space. I probably should have moved this out a little bit more or move this back. There should be more space in here. That's okay. That's the biggest problem with drawing is getting the space right. And getting space, so nobody will know. We did get these angles right though. These angles look good. So let me get that. Those angles are there. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. And then I'm gonna just go ahead and do the signs. These lines are going straight up and down. The sides are going straight up and down. These, the top and the bottom should be going to the vanishing point on the right. Same thing here, straight up and down on the sides. And the top and the bottom needs to go down to the right vanishing point, but I'm just faking it there. There we go. And then the church sign, you know, www, I'm just going to scribble in there. See, I'm just scribbling it. And then here it says Sunday, Sunday, blah, 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 scribbles. And then celebrate the scribbles right in there, right there. And then, ooh, there's like 3 windows. There's one right above it. I'm just going to put a shape. Another one over here. Then another one over here. There's 3, like 3 windows up on top. And then there's a lot of lines going up and down. So I'm going to put one just actually, ooh, yeah, they should kind of be around the windows, kind of like that. It looks like it's, yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah, so I'm just putting those lines around it like that, up and down. And these are simple. These are just going straight up and down. They should be vertical, straight up and down, or vertical to the side of your paper. Straight up and down, straight up and down. We're not worrying about angles, although there are, it does taper. But these lines are just going straight up and down. And it's just a sketch, so I'm just scribbling them in. I'm not worrying about accuracy. If you want to really get like architectural stuff, you could spend more time on it and do that. I can shade this in so this pops out a little bit more, because this edge right here would pop out. So I'm going to shade this whole front side. I'm going to shade all that. Really quickly shade it all in. Yeah, biggest challenge is getting the space right. There we go. There it is. And you can see this is dark, light, dark, light, dark. There's a pattern here. And then I can.
Dude.
All right. Good night, Constanza. Thanks for joining us. Great shapes. I will be working on this. Good night, everyone. All right, Jacqueline, thanks for joining us. All right. Let me shade this. I could shade this whole thing just to do more contrast for that side. And then here, yeah, then this is all just detail and stuff, depending on how much detail you want to put in it. There's pipes in there, and then there's bricks. These bricks right in here. These bricks, there's bricks in here. So I can actually suggest them by doing this. And then just kind of like, yeah, putting squares in there. Even though they're not altered, they're not alternating. But yeah, that gives it a different texture. Yeah. Oops. All right. Then we just need these lines. There's some of these lines that are going back to this. I'll put one right in here, and going back. And then there's another one like underneath the sign, I think, right in there. There's just some of these lines that are going to the vanishing point, which help give it more dimension, more yeah, the perspective. That's it. Oh, That's it. That looks good. And then we just need I think there's like some shading. We'll shade this whole thing. Right there. And then we've got two sets of like columns. And that's part of this wall. So this going to the vanishing point. This should be going back to that vanishing point. And this should be kind of going at that angle as well. This angle. This is why angles are important. This is angles. I'm going to make just one piece instead of two. Just simplifying it to one shape. Not a lot of people will notice. Even if they go to that church, they're like, oh. There we go. That looks pretty good. Now I can push and pull stuff to make it look nicer. I can clean stuff up. I can go darker in some places. I can make my shrubbery more charcuterie. See where I need to shade stuff. Maybe a little bit of shade underneath this ledge. Maybe a little bit of shading there. I'll decide maybe a little color. If I wanted to do watercolor, I can do some watercolor on this. And there it is. Ta-da! Celebrate the goodness. The goodness. All right. Da, 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 da. All right. Anybody want to share, or is that we can stop recording? 3, 2, charcuterie.